back your homes, or restore your dead to life.
But perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
There are tons of events, objects, and lore that aren't really talked about in the HBO adaptation of George R.R. Martin's Ice and Fire series. The reason? There just isn't enough time. There are currently 5 massive novels that make up the main source material for Game of Thrones, with 2 more pending before the fantasy masterpiece is complete. The Game of Thrones will be ending their production after wrapping Season 8, meaning there is definitely not enough time to cover all the plot holes from the books. Today, we're going to talk about a few interesting things that never made it into the show, or has been danced around for one reason or another. To start off, everyone talks about how some characters in the books are still alive, while the show's version may already be dead, and the other way around. One example of this is the King Beyond the Wall, Mance Rayder. In the books, Mance Rayder doesn't burn alive because of Stannis Baratheon. Instead, Melisandre uses rubies to glamour and change the appearance of Mance and the Lord of Bones, Rattleshirt. Now, Rattleshirt is burned in place of Mance, though nobody knows the truth, other than Melisandre and Mance Rayder. Going with the topic of rubies, something that has proven time and again that it successfully glamours people's identities, we have to mention Rhaegar Targaryen. Rhaegar wore a breastplate adorned with many rubies during the Battle of the Trident, where he was killed by a forceful blow to the chest from Robert Baratheon's warhammer. The strike on the prince was so hard that the rubies flew off of his armor and were scattered in the river. Many soldiers from both sides of the battle stopped fighting and ran over to take as many rubies as they could find. Now, in current-day Westeros, the site of Rhaegar's death is known as Ruby Ford, and it is where children still pan the river for lost rubies. Fan theories about Rhaegar's death, or in some cases survival, have run rampant, but the show is not engaged with such references about rubies like the book has discussed. Pretty interesting if you ask me. While this fantasy world includes everything from dragons to deadly venomous insects, the books have some additional creatures that may be real or may just be another myth. In fact, fishermen and sailors that navigate the waters of the known world claim to have seen real-life krakens, basically giant squid that can sink ships. The Greyjoy sigil is a kraken for reference. There have also been numerous reports of mermaids lurking in the waters, even around Lannisport. Oh, and then there is the countless reported sightings of dragons that breathe cold instead of fire, from sailors in the Shivering Sea. I really want to believe these sightings are legit and not just myths passed around from generation to generation. The known world has barely been mapped out. For example, there is a massive landmass called Sothorios south of the Basilisk Isles. Way back before the Doom of Valyria, a dragon rider rode her flying steed in a direct path in an attempt to further map out the land of Sothorios. While observing many indigenous people and creatures Westeros and Essos just do not have, the dragon rider turned around and headed home, saying that the landmass had no end in sight, and that's after flying for a year and a half in one direction. The show has not expanded on the mystery that is Sothorios, however they have included the northern tip of it in the opening credits. And since we are talking about mysterious regions, let me mention the Shadowlands beyond Ashai. This is where ghost grass grows heavily, and it is this substance that the Dothraki believe will one day cover the world and end all life. The Shadowlands are said to be where dragons originated from, and since the mountainous area is big enough to hold 5 kingdoms, I'm willing to bet there is more to the place than meets the eye. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.